Good morning all of you. Myself Dr. Pooja from the School of Commerce and Management. Today we will discuss a new topic, that is talent management. First I would like to define the term what is talent and what is management. Talent means the unique qualities that an individual have. It means the different knowledge, skills, abilities and their uniqueness that an individual carry with him. According to McKinsey, talent include a person's abilities, his or her intrinsic gifts, skill, knowledge, experience, intelligence, judgment, attitude, his ability to learn and develop new things and grow. Talent is a set of different abilities that enable an individual that make him unique from other. Next come management. Management is the act of getting things done with the help of other. Talent management is the term that is the combination of these two words, talent and management. Thus, manage talent is a different thing and talent acquisition is a different thing. Talent management includes we have to capture the best talent within the organization. Next come the type of talent. Basically we classify talents in two parts. First is unidimensional and second is multidimensional. Unidimensional means when an individual have a unique ability in a particular field, and multidimensional means when an individual have variety of knowledge and skills. He has variety of abilities in different areas. Unidimensional means he having a skill that make him differ from in a particular field. Suppose an individual is good in sales, an individual is good in accounts, an individual is good in administration. It means his talent is unidimensional. And when we talks about the multidimensional talent, then we have a person that is simultaneously good in sales, that is good in administration, that is good in accounts at the same time with the same pace. It means the person have multi talent in various field at the same time, and in unidimensional he has a particular talent in a particular field. In talent management we try to identify the best talent that can be inside the organization, that can be outside the organization. We have to hire that talent and we have to retain that talent in the organization so that the goals of the organization can be achieved. It can be defined as a continuous process that involves sourcing, hiring, developing, retaining and promoting the best talent in order to achieve the organization requirements simultaneously. It means in talent management we have to achieve the organization goal with the help of the best talent. We have to recruit them, we have to select them, we have to maintain them and we have to retain them within the organization for the long terms. It is the process in which organization bring employees on board, keep them happy and productive and help them to develop their skills for the long run so that they can become the part of the organization for the long term. Next come what is the purpose of talent management, why we have to manage the talent. First, to compete effectively in the complex business world. In order to survive the modern world that is dynamic, that is changeable, we have to acquire the best talent. We have to maintain the talent within the organization and that can be done with the help of talent management. Second, we have to develop the leaders that can work for the welfare of the organization. We have to maintain them for tomorrow as well as for the present scenario. Next we have to maximize the employee performance so then they can be helpful to achieve the organization goals. Next, in order to empower the employees so then they can do their work perfectly, they can do their work at lower cost, in order to reduce their turnover ratio so that they can become a part of the organization for long runs. They can don't shift from the organization and they work for the welfare and work for the attainment of the organization goal. Next come reduce the cost. If we hire the employees again and again, we spend money to train them, we spend money to capture them, then it will be a very costly affair for an organization. So we have to minimize that cost and we have to minimize their turnover ratio, we have to minimize their shifting ratio. That can be done with the help of talent management. Next come to create motivated workforce that can work for the attainment of the organization goal and that can stay with the organization for the long run. All these purposes are attained with the help of talent management. Next come, what are the benefit of managing talent? If we manage the talent, we capture the best talent, we try to retain them within the organization, we motivate them, we work for the welfare of them and they become a part of organization for long run, then it will have various benefits for the organization. It ensure right person in the right job. When we manage the talent in best way, we ensure that the person is best offered his job, he get his job as per his knowledge, skills and abilities and he is performing his work up to the mark. Next, retain the top talent. Not only hire the talent is sufficient, but we have to retain the best talent in the organization. In modern scenario, when our employees switch another organization for different reason, they can switch for higher package, they can switch for better environment, they can switch for various service and offerings that are made by another organization. So all these are the factors that attract the talent and they shift from one place to another place. So the main problem in the hand of organization is that they have to maintain and retain the best people in the organization. It can be done with the help of talent management. When there are various policy, when there are various programs that help the individual, that make them nourished, that keep them advanced and work for their career planning, they can become a part of the organization for the long run. Next come better hiring. When we talk about the talent management, it ensured hiring the best person at the best place. It means the person is offered the job as per his knowledge, skills and abilities and he can perform his functions very well. Next come understanding employee better. Talent management give emphasis on the employee performance. What are their performance, how they are working, what they require, what are their needs, what are their positive, what are their negatives in the term of their strength, their weakness and what environment they required. All things help to understand the employee's need in better way. Next come better professional development. Talent management ensure that when the people are hired in an organization, when they are give training, when they are developed, time to time their career plans are also made. If an individual is doing best, then what place he can be replaced in future, what other responsibility he can perform in the organization. All these things are done with the help of talent management techniques. Next come, what are the major focus of talent management approaches? The talent management approaches consider main focus and emphasize on the process of recruitment. They ensure that right person is recruited at the right place. It focus on the retention. The main objective of talent management is retain the workforce for a long term in the organization. Next come employee development. They ensure that employee should be developed from time to time. They should be, their career should be advanced. They should show the path or so that they can achieve the goals of their individual growth as well as the growth of the organization. Next come proper leadership. Better talent management ensure better leadership. Employees are given proper guidelines, they are given proper leaders, they motivate them, they ensure their well-beingness, they ensure and they support all the things that are required to perform their task effectively. Performance management, it ensure that their performance should be measured from time to time. Their performance should be assessed in the term of results, and the person who are doing well, they should be rewarded for the same. They should be given the proper pay scale, different initiatives, incentives. All things are done with the help of this. Next, workforce planning. It also ensure and help them to attain the different business and journal goals and the journal changes that are made in the organization from time to time. What are the plans that should be made for the fulfillment of the present requirement as well as the future requirement. Next come develop a positive culture. It helps to establish a culture where employees feel connected with the organization. They will work as per their performance level and they will stay happy to be a part of that organization. Finally, we can see that all the approaches of talent management focus on that, identify the vacant position that are in an organization, hire the suitable person on that positions, and develop their knowledge and skills time to time, and retain the person in the organization to achieve the long term objective of the organization. The main focus is that we have to hire the best person, and we have to retain that person in the organization for the long run, so that business can run smoothly, organization can run smoothly, as well as individual can go on their career path smoothly. Next come element of effective talent management. The main element of talent management is recruiting the candidates who are talented. That means we have to very care when we are recruiting the person. We have to recruit the right person. That can be done with the help of organization goal clarity, that can be done with the help of job description and specification, and the right person according to their knowledge, according to their skill, according to their experience, they should be recruited for the vacant positions. Next come to make a communication between the employees and manager. There should be a clear cut communication, so that all the information can be passed through from top to bottom and bottom to top level. There should be no communication gap between them, so that they can do their work easily. Next come their employee development plan should be introduced from time to time. The person who are doing well, what further new responsibility can be given to them, how they can develop their best abilities, how they can utilize their talent. All these things are introduced with the help of development programs and plans. Next come there should be a sound measurement system that should measure the employee performance. Performance should be assessed from time to time, and we have also prepared succession plan, the person who will be the next to the position. It means if there is any vacant position, who will be the next person that can have same knowledge and same skill, and that can perform that function easily. Next come, when we talk about the talent management, there are certain principles that we should keep in mind. The principle of managing talent, the very first principle is avoid mismatch cost. It means when we talk about the manpower planning, when we talk about the assessment of manpower requirement, we should have a clear analysis about the person that are internal to the organization and the person that are outside or external to the organization. We have a comparison between both of them, and we should avoid the cost. We can, if it is possible that we can hire from the internal, then we should go for the internal. If there are certain new knowledge is required, new advancement is required to perform a job, then we can go for the outside source also. Next, reduce the risk of being wrong. When we talk about that, we should have an assessment of the manpower requirement. It is always done for the future, and future is always uncertain. So it might be an organization might be wrong when it anticipates the needs of its manpower requirement, but from time to time it should be checked. If there is options available that one person can get promoted from the organization, he can take the higher responsibility, he can do the work easily. So we have to reduce the risk of being wrong from the outside, as the person who are already as a part of organization can give their best. They understand the culture, they understand the concept, and they are more familiar with the work that is done in the organization. Next come recoup talent investment. It means we have to be very conscious when we invest on the talent. We have to be very careful while we invest on the talents. We include various programs when we hire a new person. We try to polish that person. We give them training, we give them induction, we give them other development programs. So whenever there is any requirement about a new talent and how this requirement can be fulfilled, it should be very clear. And for this purpose, we should always analyze the person who are available in the organization. For this purpose, spotting of the talent is done in advance, so that if we feel there is any vacant position, that talent can be shifted from that position. Next come balancing employee interest. The interest of employee should be balanced from time to time. They should be take care that persons who are doing well, they should be promoted, they should be get enough benefits so that they can become the part of the organization for the long run. Next on talent management process. Talent management is a continuous process. It is a long lasting process. When an organization begins, the process start until the organization exists, the process keep it on. The following are the major steps of the talent management process. Very first is understanding the requirement. It means first we have to analyze the human being requirement. We have to analyze how much person, the quantity and quality that is required for a particular job. It can be done with the help of job description. We have to describe the basic content that is to be done to perform a job, and we have to specify the basic knowledge, quality and skills and experience that is required to perform that job. It can be done with the help of job description that describe a job, and job specification that describe the knowledge, skills and abilities required to perform that job. Next, sourcing the talent. It means first we have to anticipate the human beings requirement. After that we try to search that to fulfill that requirement. In searching process, we try to search from the entire industry where is the best talent available, and we try to find out that talent. Next, attracting the talent. Not after that we have to search the talent. When we identify that there is a best person, he has particular knowledge and skill that we are required to perform a job. Next step is to attract them, to motivate them to be a part of our organization, to invite them to join our group. Next come recruit the talent. Recruitment means giving him an invitation that he can join our group. When he come for joining the group, the real process begins. After that, selecting the talent. When an individual apply for a particular job, we try to find out a match between his knowledge and experience and the job requirements that an organization needed to perform a particular job. If his qualification gets suited, he will be hired and selected as the part of an organization. Next come training and development. After hiring an individual, from time to time he should be taught to do the various activities with the help of training and development programs. Next come retention. Once an individual is hired and he is get familiar with the organization culture, he is get familiar with the work, and he is also introduced training and development to perform his work, and he is doing well his work. Our next motto is to keep that talent for the long term in the organization. He and she should not be switch organization. All the benefits, all the basic facilities that are required by him should be provided him from time to time, so that he can feel happy with the organization and be a part of that organization for the long run. Next come promotion. When we hire an individual for a particular post, after some time he should be promoted for the higher designation. No person is happy to work at the same level, at the same designation. So from time to time, as per his knowledge, as per his skill, as per his ability, he should be promoted for the higher services also. Next come competency mapping. Competency mapping include we have to have a map of the employee knowledge and skills in advance. We have to make an assessment of the person that have some unique qualities, that can perform some additional work also, and whenever there is requirement, they should be promoted for that particular job. Next come performance appraisal. It means we have to measure the output of the individual employee, how they are working. If they are working well, they should be appreciated. If they are lacking in their performance, there should be development program should be introduced to try to overcome the lacking of their performance, and true evaluation should be done from time to time, and if required, a check should be done on their performance. Next come career planning. Career planning include that the person that is hired in an organization, he should be promoted from time to time, and his career path also get developed with the pace of time. As he spend his time on the organization, he should go on higher position, he should offered more jobs and more challenging work so that he can feel happy and satisfied with the organization. Next comes succession planning. Succession planning means who will replace whom. It means if a position get vacant in the organization, then who will be the next person that has having the same potential, that can perform that function easily, and there should become continuity in the organization. So we have a succession plan in advance, that if there is a position get vacant in the organization, who will be the next person that can perform that task easily. And last steps exist when an employee gets retired and he gets off from the organization, then the new hiring process will again begin, and we should try to hire the best talent and maintain it in the organization for the long run. Next comes the strategy that we should keep in the talent management development programs. The strategy should be aligning the business strategy with the HR strategy. It means when we talk about the goals of the organization and when we talk about the goals of the employees, they should be directly correlated with each other. They should support in the individual needs, and goals should support in the attainment of the organization goal and needs, and the HR strategies should be cooperated in the form of business strategy. They should help in the attainment of organization long-term goals. Next come performance planning and evaluation. From time to time, performance should be properly planned, the work should be properly defined, who have to done a work, when he has to done a work, who will be their supervisor, who will be their co-workers. All the plans should be communicated, there should be a proper and sound communication channel, and from time to time the performance should be assessed, and a assessment record should be provided to the seniors as well as the persons who is working that job, so that he can understand if he is doing his work as per the mark or if there is any lack in his performance. Next comes strategic manpower planning. When we talk about the human beings requirement, it should be done from the strategic way. It should be done with the one step advance, and with the help of human beings needs and requirement. There should be proper analysis as an assessment system should be developed that can analyze the requirement, and from time to time these requirements should be fulfilled as per the sources available in the organization, whether it is internal to the organization or whether we have to outsource from the organization. Next come mapping your talent. It means when we have the best talent within the organization, we have to understand their needs, we have to make an assessment, and we have to try to formulate that talent in the best way. We have to utilize their maximum so that they can feel happy and motivated and become a part of our organization for the long run. Last but not least is the recent trends that comes in the talent management program. The recent trends are talent war. As we know that today is a modern competitive environment, and we have variety of talent that is scattered around us. It is very difficult to hire the best talent. It is very difficult to search the best talent, and if we try to search and if we find out that talent, the major and another issue is to retain that talent for the long terms. Once we hire an individual, we spend a lot of money in hiring, in selecting, in recruiting, in inducting, and in orienting that employees. So it is our prime responsibility, and we should focus on that. If we hire the best talent in the organization, we have to retain it for the long term. It will be beneficial for the organization as well as for the individual growth. Next come technology and talent management. There is change in the technology. New technologies are made in the field of HR, in the field of talent management. Now employees have different portals. They can check their details on that portals. Organizations should have a review of that portals, and they should take major consideration on the latest technology. Next come promoting talent internally. It means when we hire the best talent in the organization, and from time to time we develop that talent, then we should keep a check on that talent, then who can replace whom. The person who is having particular knowledge, skills and abilities, they can be utilized in other way. They can be promoted for the higher designation as per the requirement. We have to manage that talent internally. As if we go for the outside, it will become more complex, it will become more challenging for us in the term of cost and in the term of time also. So we have to make plans for the internal promotion, we have to make plans for the internal persons that can be promoted for the next levels who are doing their jobs at their present well. Next come population varies globally. There are change in the global population trends. Now working persons are differ, there is change in the age group, there is change in the working profile of the person. Now dual career option is introduced, husband and wife both are working, so we have to take care of the variables that are demographics, variable that are related to the population. All these things are included when we talk about the talent management. How we have to understand these trends, these will be helpful for the retaining the persons for a long term. Next come talent management to rescue HR. Talent management is not another part of an organization, rather it should be have a familiarity with the HR department, it should have a cooperation with the HR strategies. The main objective of human resource management is hire a person, recruit a person, select the best talent. Same thing is done with the help of talent managers. They should help and motivate the best talent in the organization, and their main objective should be to retain the best talent in the organization for the long run, so that it can be beneficial for the organization as well as for the individual growth. Next come increase in employer of choice initiative. An organization have focus on the employer as well as his employees. When an organization has a good impact over its employees, it create their brand value in the eye of the organization, in the eye of the society. It means a satisfied employee is a key for the success of modern organization. And when we employ an employee, it means we are employing the whole organization. It should be done with the help of talent management. Thank you.